Have you ever wondered why, despite years of spiritual effort, life still feels difficult? Why do some people who chant, pray, and meditate daily still experience so much financial stress or emotional turbulence? Have you ever questioned whether your practice is really leading to peace or just becoming another item on your to-do list? Welcome back to the channel, where we illuminate the heart of spiritual practice. Today, we explore a profound truth rarely talked about in modern spirituality: why true practitioners never worry about life, and how blessings arise not from effort alone, but from sincere alignment. Let's begin with a timeless teaching from an elderly monk who lived in simplicity and yet overflowed with joy. People would often ask him, "Master, you live with so little. Aren't you worried about food, shelter, the future?" And he would smile and respond, "A mind rooted in the Dharma owes no fear. A heart devoted to the path never lacks support." This might sound poetic, but it contains a deep practical truth. Let's explore how this works in daily life. Most people believe that effort equals reward. Work harder, get more. In the material world, this can be true, but in the spiritual realm, it's not the quantity of effort that matters, it's the purity of intention and the depth of alignment. Take the story of a laywoman named Sita. She spent years attending temple ceremonies, donating to causes, and reciting chants daily. Yet she constantly worried about money, argued with her spouse, and suffered chronic health issues. She approached the elderly monk one day and said, "Master, I've done everything I was told. Why does my life still feel so heavy?" The monk listened kindly and then asked, "When you chant, is your heart at ease? When you give, is your mind quiet? When you serve, do you expect returns?" Sita paused. She realized that beneath her devotion was a silent demand. She had been bargaining with the universe, offering prayers in exchange for outcomes. The monk then said, "True blessings come not from asking, but from aligning." When your actions arise from purity, life begins to support you in ways beyond your plans. So what is this alignment? It is when your thoughts, words, and actions harmonize with the values of compassion, humility, presence, and surrender. It is when you are not practicing to gain something, but because your heart cannot help but live this way. When that shift happens, your energy changes. And when your energy changes, your environment, your relationships, and your destiny begin to transform. Let's look at this through another story. A young man named Rahul wanted to be a monk. He gave up everything and moved to the monastery. But he quickly became frustrated. The chores felt meaningless. The rules were too rigid. The food was plain. He complained constantly. Finally, a senior monk sat with him and said, "You left your home, but you brought your mind with you. Until your inner nice settles, no other place will bring you peace." Rahul was stunned. He realized he had changed his environment, but not his essence. He was still measuring life through the lens of personal preference. This is key. A true practitioner does not practice only when conditions are favorable. He practices because his life is the path. Everything becomes part of the training, the boredom, the confusion, the setbacks. When you live like this, worry loses its grip, because you're no longer depending on results. You're anchored in presence. Now let's talk about blessings, not as rewards, but as natural consequences. A tree doesn't force itself to bear fruit. It simply roots itself in good soil, drinks water, receives sunlight, and grows. The fruit comes naturally. Similarly, when you root your life in truth, nourish yourself with practice, and open to grace, the fruits of peace, abundance, and wisdom begin to appear. This is why the old monk said, "If you sincerely walk the path, the heavens will support you." Dharma protectors appear not because you demand them, but because your vibration invites them. Think of it this way: when your mind is scattered, your energy leaks. When it's focused on service, it radiates power. That power attracts support, not always in the form you expect, but always in the form you need. A practitioner named Leela once asked, "Master, should I chant more, pray more, fast more?" He replied, "Do what helps your heart soften." The goal is not ritual, it's awakening. Let's break down what truly brings spiritual prosperity. First, faith, not blind belief, but living trust. Faith that your path is worthy, that your efforts are not wasted, that even unseen shifts are real. Second, steadiness, not intensity for a week, but continuity for a lifetime. Light rain penetrates the soul more deeply than a storm. Third, non-attachment. Do the right thing and release the outcome. Offer your actions without expectation. This is the highest form of surrender. Fourth, joy, not forced happiness, but the quiet contentment that arises when you stop resisting the moment. A smile that needs no reason. Fifth, generosity. Not just money, but time, attention, forgiveness. Give freely. Life reflects your inner abundance. Sixth, humility. Understand that you are both vast and limited. Be open to learning. Be willing to fail. See everyone as your teacher. And seventh, reverence. Treat your life as sacred. See the divine in every person, every task, every breath. When these qualities permeate your practice, blessings don't have to be chased, they find you. You don't beg for grace, you become its vessel. Now, let's talk about something most modern seekers overlook: rest. A true practitioner knows the value of rest, not as laziness, but as sacred pause. Just as the earth needs winter to prepare for spring, your soul needs stillness to regenerate wisdom. Busyness is not devotion. Speed is not mastery. A flower does not bloom by trying harder, it blooms by being in harmony with the seasons. And that harmony is the ultimate blessing, to be aligned with the toe, the flow, the unseen rhythm of life. So, next time you find yourself anxious about the future, pause, breathe. Ask, am I walking with trust? Am I rooted in presence? Am I acting from love or fear? These questions guide more than any guru. They point you back to your own inner compass. True practitioners don't worry, because they are grounded not in belief, but in being. Their practice isn't an escape from life, it's a way to meet life fully. Their peace isn't because nothing goes wrong, it's because they no longer demand things go right. They don't chase outcomes, they become aligned. And in that alignment, all things become possible. Thank you for watching this video. If today's reflections helped you rethink your practice, share your experience in the comments. What is one way you can bring more alignment into your daily life? If this message resonated, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and join us next time as we continue the journey toward truth, peace, and true blessings.